Have interest rates squashed the momentum we were building on the condo market? Kind of feels like they have. We don't quite have definitive numbers to show us that that's what's happening, but we kind of feel that in the activity that we're seeing with buyers and with sellers as well. So interest rates, if you're not aware, as of this morning, today is April 21st, we're down around down, they were up to 5.75%. And that's at least 2.5 points higher than the interest rates were when we started this year. So that's a considerable difference in the typical buyer's mortgage, the typical buyer who's securing financing in their mortgage interest and their monthly payment. So far it feels like things might be a little bit stagnant, so they might be kind of leveling off, but we haven't seen anything just beyond that. So let's look at the numbers. The number of active listings is up. We're at 238, previous month 210, mid-February 183, and mid-January 155. It looks like we're increasing in the numbers of listings. That's fine. We're supposed to be doing that this time of year. Folks usually list their homes at this time, and buyers show up on the market and purchase them. And then just for context, last year at this time, mid-April, the number of active listings was 362 versus the 238 that we have this year. So last year, more competition on the market, more supply on the market than we have this year. So that's at least a good thing for sellers. The number of pending listings feels like it might be stagnating a little bit. You can see here in January we had 90 total number of pending deals. February, which was a good strong month for condominiums, like when we felt like we're starting to get some headwind, that's 122. And then in March, 101, and mid-April, 99. So I would expect to see that number growing, the total number of pending deals, as we go through April and May. So it is a little disconcerting to see that sort of flatline a bit. The number of condos that did sell this last 30 days was 112. That's up from 102 in March, 71 in February, 79 in January. I did look at last year, and mid-April, that number was 97. So pretty good numbers this year versus last year. For those properties that did sell, how did they do on the market? Well, on average, they sold for 98.78% of the list price, which is a pretty good number for our market in general. However, last week, those numbers for the Portland metro area, the number was around 106. It was actually over 106%. So it's lower. In a normal market, 98% is great. We'd love to see that. In the market that we're experiencing right now, that is still considerably lower than the rest of the metro area is doing. The number of days on market was 18, and that's the median days on market. In the metro area in general, that number is 4, so it's taking longer for condos to sell. Average days on market, 48, and in the general Portland market, all housing, residential housing, that number is 17. So it is taking considerably longer for condominiums to sell right now. The average sale price for the last 30 days is $536,000. That's up from where we were at the previous report in mid-March. That number was $475, so it's nice to see that number growing. However, when we're looking at our year-to-date numbers, so comparing January, February, and March of 2021 to January, February, March of 2022, we are seeing a decrease in the average sale price of 5.8%. I suspect that at least last month and going into the last couple of weeks, I was expecting that our numbers were going to be stronger. Keep in mind that we are pulling from a smaller sample of properties, and these numbers can be a little bit volatile based on a few transactions. You can get a bunch of high-end transactions that sell, high ticket condominiums to sell to skew the numbers up, or it could be that we have a lot of more entry level, mid-level condominiums that are selling that is keeping that number lower. So that's what we have right now. I will be keeping a very close eye on the condo market over the next couple of weeks, just to see if we can figure out, what sort of effect the interest rates are having on the condos, on the condo market, and how much, if any. So if you have questions about what's going on in your specific building, your neck of the woods, your neighborhood, I'm always happy to share what I know and chat with you about that. So feel free to reach out to me, or if you've got information that you think might be useful to this conversation, post it down below in the comments. And then, as always, feel free to like this video and subscribe to the page. All right, we'll see you soon.